Hi everyone, welcome to Pocono Landscape Challenge. I'm Connie Roberts.
And I'm Jim Skakoza, and on this show we're creating a beautiful backyard entertaining space.
It's coming up next. Jim, so this was a previous customer that you worked with before?
Yes, we did a job for them a number of years ago on another home that they owned. And they came here and built this home several years ago, and I think it was maybe 4 years ago or so, 4 or 5 years ago we came in and did the front of the home here. So we put the walk-in, did the landscaping, and then we got a call and they said they wanted to move to the rear of the property and create this beautiful entertaining space. So that's why we're here.
Jim, so what was back here before you guys got started?
Absolutely nothing. So as you can see, it was just bare ground. After the home was constructed, they just kind of graded it off and seeded it. And that was it. And that's the way it's been for the last 4 or 5 years. And now she's ready to do this project. But we had some grade issues, as you can see. So this is going to be an entire patio up top here, where you see the machine working there now. But we had to build a retaining wall in order to hold that space in place. There's going to be some screen fencing on. It's a beautiful patio. And then we're going to create a whole new entryway into the house itself. So ultimately it's going to really come out to be a beautiful project, and she's very excited about entertaining out here. Large family, they do a lot of entertaining with the family. Matter of fact, we have a little bit of a deadline because they're all coming in later in the month. So we're kind of trying to get this done for her so she can show it off to her family.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's always nice having a clean palette too when you come to a
Well,
project.
it is, for sure. And we got a nice wide open space to work, which is not always the case. So it's been a really good project to work on. And we're making some really very good progress now. And it'd be interesting to see how this all turns out in the next week or two.
You know, it's interesting. We talk about the weather, and it's going to be a hot week this week.
It's a hot week this week. The guys are suffering. We're out in the blistering sun, no shade here. So we're taking lots of breaks, you know, drinking lots of fluids, just keeping ourselves hydrated, but we'll get through it.
Now that the retaining wall is in place, stone is put behind it. This will give it stability and keep it in place for years to come. There are also several pipes that run behind the wall, and these need to stay in place as each layer of stone is added. When this is finished, the patio will sit on a solid foundation.
Well, Jim, I see there's a lot of pipes. You know, drainage is always important, but you don't get to see the pipes when it's all finished.
Well, that's the idea. So yeah, actually there's several downspouts on this back side of the house that we had to contend with. We don't want to dump any of the water into the project itself, so we've piped it out. It's coming through the retaining wall, and that'll get rid of any water coming off the house and through the gutter system. As you can see, we also have an issue here. This is the septic tank here, and this is the line coming over, so we had to be very careful with that in terms of our digging and excavation to make sure we don't disturb that in any way.
Right.
And that's actually outside of the project, so it works out pretty well. It'll be easy enough to maintain down the line. But the drainage is really important. There's going to be some pitch on the patio. There's some plantings behind the wall, between the wall and the patio itself, just to soften the look a little bit. So ultimately, again, like any good project, you've really got to work out the details in advance, so when you start the project, you know exactly where you're going with it.
Coming up next, the crew works with some heavy blocks to build the steps into the house. First Northern Bank and Trust is your local loan specialist for personal and business loans. Local decision makers can expedite the approval process and customize financial solutions to help you reach your goals. At our independent community bank, you'll enjoy friendly service and the latest technologies. From 11 convenient locations, we serve customers in Carbon, Lehigh, Monroe, and Northampton counties. First Northern Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. New technology is evolving for home heating and cooling. Manufacturers keep updating their products. RJ Groner Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing constantly trains its employees, investing in virtual reality tools and in-house schooling. When you call RJ Groner for help, we send a tech who has the knowledge to solve your problem. Their skills are the best in the area.
Customer service is our #1 priority. Whether it's an installation or emergency repair, call us at 570-421-7260.
It's time to get your tickets for the 2024 Busy Awards. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Academy Awards for Pocono businesses.
Why are you laughing?
On September 12th at Camelback Resort in Tannersville, the winners will be chosen live on stage. The night is always full of surprises. Get your dinner and award show tickets now. Contact the Pocono Chamber of Commerce. The 2024 Busy Awards, Thursday, September 12th at Camelback Resort in Tannersville. At Chestnut Hill Nursery, we have the area's best and largest selection of plants. Whether you're looking for annuals to add seasonal color to your garden, perennials for enjoyment year after year, or trees and shrubs, look no further. Our quality and value is unmatched. Shop our 2 for $60 flowering shrub sale for gorgeous plants at an exceptional value. Browse through our huge selection of jumbo perennials and gorgeous flowering annuals. Isn't it time you had the garden you always wanted? Stop into Chestnut Hill Nursery, Route 209, Broadheadsville, where great gardens begin.
Well, Jim, the last time we were here, the guys were finishing up the retaining wall. The
Right.
height is there, the stone was put in, and now they're moving on to the steps.
Right, so we've kind of completed the wall there. There's a set of steps that go through the wall to the back part of the yard. We're going to do those at a later date, but the wall is basically finished. We're at the proper grade, just needs to have the capstone on top. So now we're moving over. As you can see, we've done a lot of fill in here with clean stone to bring the grade up. We still have more to put in here. There is a planting bed along the wall, between the wall and the patio itself, just to kind of soften that look a little bit. And we do have our screen fencing that's going in here. This is where she's going to set up the grill and this cooking area over here.
Okay.
So now we're working on the entry into the home. There was just a construction set of stairway here, wooden stairway, so they can get the CO when they originally built the house. We ripped that off, and now we're building this grander entryway and softer and gentler entryway into the house.
So, Jim, can you explain to me how this is going to work?
Yeah, sure. So what we're doing here, this level here is basically going to be a platform.
Okay.
So it's going to be one step up from the pavers onto this platform here. So from about here to here, this is all paved, all right? And then there'll be 2 more sets of steps going up from here into the doorway.
Oh, okay.
So when you come out of the door, you have a nice broad step, 1 more step down, and then you'll come onto this platform, and then you'll wind up on the patio. So it's a way of just kind of bringing the grade transition a little softer, a little bit easier, and a little more dramatic in terms of how it looks on the final plan.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's going to work out really nice. So this all gets filled with clean stone, and as I said, there are pavers on the platform, so it'll match the pavers that are in the patio itself.
It's a slow process to move these heavy steps into place.
Jim, the base of the steps are in there looking pretty good.
Yeah, we're making some progress now, as you can see. So, you know, again, we're going for a little bit more of a contemporary look on this project, the way the house is structured, the color tones of the house, etc. So we thought it was really appropriate to use these massive step units. Again, it has a little bit more of that contemporary look. So what we have here is this is going to be one large platform, and they'll have pavers in here. Then you have a couple more steps, and then there'll be pavers up there going into the house. So you can see it's a nice comfortable transition from down here in the patio up into the entry into the home. Works out really nice. Now we also use these units down going through the wall because there's a lower yard here. She has a shed down below, and we want to make sure we have good access down there. And that worked out well because we use the same material, so it works nicely with the wall that we established.
Well, the grade here is looking better.
Yeah, we're getting there. I mean, it's pretty close to final grade in terms of base material. As you can see, we've added, there's going to be a planting bed along between the edge of the pavers and the wall itself that we're doing there. We're doing some screen fencing on either end. But ultimately, it's coming together really nicely, and the homeowner is just absolutely thrilled with the project.
Jim, let's talk for a minute about the project itself. Like sometimes people say, oh, it's just a little project in the backyard. However, it does take some time to do each phase. It's not you come in and it's done in 2 days.
Right.
You have all these different layers and details. How do you tell somebody, like, you got to allow some time, you know?
Well, sometimes that can be a challenge, okay? But the thing is, we're committed to making sure when we do a project, we do it really well, so it holds up over time, so it doesn't fail down the road somewhere. And one of the benefits of, again, doing this show is to show homeowners what it really takes to do these types of projects. Yeah, you can just slap some pavers down and throw a couple of wall block up, but it's just not going to stay there. In order to do a project that's going to last for the long haul, you have to take these steps. You have to consider all the other things that are involved, whether it's drainage, conduits for lighting, fencing, whatever else is involved in that project, and make sure that you make all the appropriations to get those things in place as you're building the project. So it does stretch it out a little bit more, but in the end you have something that you have total confidence in, that you know you're just going to enjoy for a long, long time. And that's the difference between doing something right the first time or cutting some corners and having to pay for it more down the road. And that's the way we work.
Coming up next, it's time to place the pavers on this new backyard patio. RJ Groner Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing staff has morning meetings where assignments are discussed. Then the crews head out to homes in the Poconos and Lehigh Valley, ready to maintain, repair, or replace your home equipment. RJ Groner brings the knowledge, giving you peace of mind. We've been servicing the area for nearly 100 years. We'll keep your home comfortable and safe year-round.
Whether it's an installation or emergency repair, call us at 570-421-7260.
Community, it's where we work, it's where we play, it's where you'll find First Northern Bank and Trust, offering community banking services. First Northern Bank and Trust is a family-owned and operated bank. Our local decision makers offer fast approvals and customized financial solutions. Plus, we keep your money right here in the community, stimulating local economic growth and providing jobs for our friends and neighbors. First Northern Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Isn't it time for you to start enjoying your backyard just like you see in the magazines and on TV? Hi, I'm Jim Skakoza from Chestnut Hill Nursery, and we're here to help. For over 40 years, we've been creating beautiful landscapes for folks just like you. You can count on us to build it right the first time and create a long-lasting project that'll provide a lifetime of memories. Imagine a new patio, fire pit, or outdoor kitchen. Then complete the scene with amazing outdoor audio and lighting. Together we can dream it, design it, and our expert team can build it. So go to chnursery.com, make this the season you turn those dreams into reality. Start planning that first party now.
Sonia's Sweet Inspirations will help you blow your guests away with elegant cakes, cute cupcakes, specialty desserts, and more. Reader's Choice Award winner for Best Wedding Cakes. Sonia's Sweets are just that, sweet. Stop by North 9th Street, Stroudsburg to try a new fresh dessert today. So come by to Sonia's Sweet Inspirations at North 9th Street, Stroudsburg. Check us out at soniassweetinspirations.com and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back to the show. Jim, I know there's a lot more steps that need to be done here.
Well, as far as we've gotten so far, we still have quite a bit more to do. So let me just kind of run you through the project at this point. So we have our retaining wall up. As you can see, our caps are set in place. The next thing you're going to be doing is setting some sonotubes because we have to pour some piers for the screen fencing that's going up top here in the corner, and there's also some panels that are going on this side as well, just to give the homeowner a little bit more privacy on the patio. It's kind of a wide open backyard back here with the neighbors in the vicinity. So those will go in, then we'll do our final grading on the base material. We'll start paving, laying all the pavers in there, and again, we chose, on this project, we chose the same kind of a color gray, but they're going to be a smooth finish on the surface. Again, it goes more towards that contemporary look. There's going to be some large panels and also some smaller panels mixed in, but it's going to work out really nice here. So they've got a lot of paving to do. They've got to pave the step units going up top there. They've got to do some trim work around the foundation of the house where the siding is and stuff. just to clean that all up and button that up. Then we have a walkway going out to that side of the house. We have some plantings going on the far side of the house. We have the plantings all along the top of the wall. And then finally we'll come in and do a finish grade here. We've got some additional soil and grading work to do down below. This will get all seeded for new lawn, and there is going to be basically a stone border around the perimeter. She wants to keep it really clean, so when she mows there's no issues. So we'll have like a 2-foot wide perimeter of a decorative stone between the wall and the grass, and finalize the plantings, do our mulching. So there's still quite a bit to do, but we're making some really good progress at this point.
The crew is working on wrapping up this project as they work on the last of the pavers. The heat is on for the crew as temperatures are in the 90s. All of the pavers are in, and the edge pavers are being put in place. It's a slow process in the heat. The crew places various shrubs and grasses in the planting beds. Burlap is left on some of the shrubs.
Burlap helps support the root ball when it's young and gets saturated by water. And then the roots eventually push out through the burlap.
Each must be placed at the proper depth.
It's all right if it's up a little bit. You never want to bury any plant too far down,
Right.
Because if you get soil around where the woody parts start to happen, then what'll happen, you'll get root rot, and so it can cause a lot more problems. So you typically want to have it a little bit above the soil level.
The weed fabric is then placed back around the plant.
Now we're just folding the paper back over to prevent any weeds from popping up too close to the plant as best we can. And once all that's good, we can return the stone.
This has to be done with each of the plants in this project.
Jim, it looks like the guys are finished.
Yeah, we got all the seeding done. We finished up the polymeric sand in the joints and the pavers. And when we come back, we're going to take a walk around and see what it looks like.
Do you ever look at your landscape and think something's missing? You're not alone. Just like the personal touches you add inside to make your house a home, you can add a few touches to your landscape to make it more personal, more you. Things like bird baths, garden sanctuaries, mini garden flags and garden decor, and landscape lighting all help to add a personal touch to your yard and garden. Adding colorful cushions to an outdoor patio set or even a colorful umbrella can help brighten up an area. One of the most impactful things you can do to personalize and add color to your landscape is adding container gardens. They can be placed on patios, decks, and even right in the landscape to add height or color. They can be planted with a different color theme each year to give your landscape a new look. Most container gardens are planted with annuals to provide color from planting until frost. We recommend using ornamental grasses in some of your pots so you can extend their use into the fall. When it becomes too cold for some of the annuals, you can replace them with mums or ornamental cabbage or kale for the fall season. You can see the dramatic difference on this patio and porch before the pots were added. Not only do they soften the look of the stone, they also provide great color and attract hummingbirds and butterflies. There are so many choices for weather-resistant, frost-proof pots these days. It's so easy to find one you like. It's not difficult to make your yard, garden, and patio or deck all your own. With a few personal touches, you'll enjoy being in your outdoor spaces so much more. New technology is evolving for home heating and cooling. Manufacturers keep updating their products. RJ Groner Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing constantly trains its employees, investing in virtual reality tools and in-house schooling. When you call RJ Groner for help, we send a tech who has the knowledge to solve your problem. Their skills are the best in the area.
Customer service is our #1 priority. Whether it's an installation or emergency repair, call us at 570-421-7260.
First Northern Bank & Trust is your local loan specialist for personal and business loans. Local decision makers can expedite the approval process and customize financial solutions to help you reach your goals. At our independent community bank, you'll enjoy friendly service and the latest technologies. From 11 convenient locations, we serve customers in Carbon, Lehigh, Monroe, and Northampton counties. First Northern Bank & Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. At Chestnut Hill Nursery, we have the area's best and largest selection of plants. Whether you're looking for annuals to add seasonal color to your garden, perennials for enjoyment year after year, or trees and shrubs, look no further. Our quality and value is unmatched. Shop our 2 for $60 flowering shrub sale for gorgeous plants at an exceptional value. Browse through our huge selection of jumbo perennials and gorgeous flowering annuals. Isn't it time you had the garden you always wanted? Stop into Chestnut Hill Nursery, Route 209, Broadheadsville, where great gardens begin.
Welcome back to the show. Jim, let's take a tour.
Yeah, let's do that. So we're standing on the new walk that we put in here. This comes from the drive, which is around the corner. We did some plantings along the side of the garage there, but basically they come off the drive and enter the patio on the side entrance here via this walkway. You have access to the basement door down below here. This whole grade came up quite a bit, if you remember. This was quite a bit lower, so we raised everything up. But let's take a walk in the patio.
Okay. Jim, tell me about this privacy fence.
Well, so what we have here is a situation. This is a neighborhood, okay? And there are multiple properties around the perimeter of the backyard here. And everything was exposed to this center point. So the homeowner was looking for a little bit of screening without putting up a giant fence and fencing in the whole yard. So we came up with this concept of using this screen fence to block off some of the views, the critical views from some of the other neighboring properties, both here and on the other corner there. And it's really worked out nicely. These are aluminum posts, and we've anchored them down into the wall and in some cases into the concrete over there. And then we put these are actually composite deck boards.
Okay.
Okay, and it's a whole system. So we drop these deck boards in there. So it's a little bit open and airy. Okay, it's not a solid screen, and it's a very interesting look. Again, remember the homeowners are looking for more of a contemporary look here.
Right.
So this fit this perfectly. Now there are other options with this. They have brackets that you can hang on there, and then you can hang plants off the side of the fence and all. So it's a great look. So what we've done is we've kind of anchored this corner with these 4 sections. She's actually going to move her grill and stuff out in this area. And then on the other side with the neighbor that's on the far side, we came across there because eventually she's thinking about putting a little hot tub over there. Oh. So it gives just the right amount of privacy without blocking the whole thing off. And she still has open view and access to the rest of the yard. So it worked out terrific.
That's a great feature.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim, I really like how you put together these steps.
Isn't this great? It's very comfortable. Very nice transition into the home. If you recall, originally there was just a construction set of small little deck and then a bunch of stairs coming down. Pretty unsightly, so we've taken all that off, and what we wanted to do was, again, make the patio part of the home and make it feel like it comes together. So we used these large slabs to create our steps and our risers, and then we filled in the base with the same pavers we're using down here on the patio. So it's a great transition, and eventually what the homeowner is going to do, this is a great spot to put like pots of flowers on the steps, bring a little color in that way. So it worked out really, really well. She was a little concerned initially that it was going to take up too much of the patio, but I think it was really thrilled at the end because it worked out really well.
Perfect size,
Yeah, it worked out. So now over here, you know, we have this other, so originally there were 2 doors or 2 entries into the home. This is like a family room. This is going to get eliminated. So what she's going to do is going to be a big window there instead of the door. And then the siding will get finished and stuff, so you won't even know there was a door there originally. Looks a little odd right now, but that's an upgrade down the road. And then it'll all tie together nicely. But now she's got a great entertaining space here, an entertaining space there, the grill over there, a nice entry into the home. What more can you ask for?
It's a nice plan. She's really going to enjoy sitting out here when she comes home from work.
Absolutely. So here we have our entry into the backyard. She has a shed in the back for storage.
Right.
And I just wanted to point out a couple things. You realize once this is constructed now, what the elevation change was from what was existing to where we are now. So we really didn't want to have too many steps coming out of the home itself. So we wanted to bring the grade higher, as high as we could. So that's why we had to put this retaining wall in here to separate that level and the existing level out here in the yard. So otherwise we would have had to put a lot more steps in there and it just would have been a little awkward. This really worked out nicely. I mean, it's just a great space. The wall is very simple. Again, we've got that great modern and contemporary look. She really wanted to have stone in the border instead of any kind of mulch.
Right.
For ease of maintenance, and it just fits the project really well. And you'll notice in the wall we have some sluices coming through there, and that's for the downspouts from up on the roof.
Right.
Everything gets funneled down to this point and then goes out, drains out into the yard. So it really worked out great. We're so thrilled, and I know she is as well.
Yeah. Well, Jim, this was a big job.
Yeah, it was a simple project in some respects, but there was a lot of details that went into this job. And of course, raising the grade really elevates this project to something a little special. It's a great view when you sit up here and you look out the rest of the yard, yet she still has some privacy in the areas that she really wanted. So it worked out terrific. So kind of going to remind folks at home, you know, if you've got a project you're looking for us to do, please give us a call or check us out on the web, chnursery.com.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, right here. Jim, the last time we were here, the guys were fixing, no, not fixing. Sorry, I messed that up too.
I'm Jim.
I did that wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where am I coming in? Don't hurt yourself.
What's this thing called? The persuader. The persuader.
What?
What is this called? Hold on. Blah, blah, blah.
That's what I was thinking. You don't know the cues by now? Blank. Okay, go. I'll keep on his toes.
Yeah.